This is Group C of the StarCastTV Star League Season 3. As you can see, the star of the group is Best, but we've got a couple others looking to make a name for themselves. We've got Barracks, Motive, and Saber. And by the time this video comes out, we will have known that Barracks made it out into at least the round of 16 in the ASL. And unfortunately, Motive, who I think is really strong these days, didn't have his best showing in ASL, but maybe he can have some redemption here in the StarCastTV Star League. Let's take a look at our round of 32 groups. We know that I think I remember Snow and Beast making it through Group A, is that correct? I can't remember exactly. And then in Group B, I remember Light made it out, and I can't remember who the third one was, or the second one was. Was it Sins? I think Light ended up beating Zealot in that group. But today, we're going to have Best, Saber, Barracks, and Motive. Motive is playing really well versus Terran, and he got a good matchup here. I think Motive versus Barracks' particular style should be Motive favored, but the question is, can he get through the other two players? So let's get into our first game of the day. It's going to be Best versus Saber, which is a PVZ. And I don't have the BattleNet screen right now, so Cruiser will turn that on in a moment. There it is. Okay, in the bottom left on Apocalypse, we've got Saber. Meanwhile, in the bottom right, we do have Best. Not really sure what his ID means. Double wrong. I don't remember learning that word in Korean class. So, not sure exactly what the meaning of this particular name is, but we can see them repping some university tags or some new team tags. So it looks like the university or team thing is going on again. So that's nice to see. We've got forward pylon instantly coming back towards the main. Now, we did see an ASL where YSC did the pylon, sent the worker back, and he ended up going for a 12 Nexus. And I wonder if we'll see something similar from Best. Now look at this. This was not a 9 pool. Well, okay, this is going to be a hatchery at the third base. Are we watching Saber or are we watching Zealot? This looks like a Zealot type of build. Now we've got a double probe being sent out. This is going to be a cannon rush. Why else would you be sending out 2 probes like this? Now with it being a 9 hatch, that means that the pool is going to come down surprisingly quick. I think that this could probably be a hold, even if Zerg sees this late. Now, Protoss is going to come in here, see that there's no natural. He's going to check the main. If he doesn't go in all the way, he may just assume that it's a pool first build now that he doesn't see the hatchery. Is he going to poke in all the way? Okay, he does, actually. And he will see, uh-oh, you don't have a hatch. But you also didn't have a pool, so you must have been hiding it somewhere, and he's going to loop around. You can see he was going to send back his probe to build a cannon, but now that he knows that a hatchery's out on the map, he's going to go and cannon rush this. Now, I don't think I've really ever seen a cannon rush on this particular position, but look at how much surface area there is to build cannons. You can probably fit at least 2, maybe even 3 cannons. So this base is probably going to be instantly dead. Now, I don't think Saber is going to be able to get lings in time. He obviously isn't going to have workers in time because he hasn't even started pulling by now. He still thinks that this is just a single probe, but unbeknownst to him, the cannon rush is already coming up. Now he sees it. There's no way this can be saved. So the only thing that Saber can do now is counter. And I see in Best base, there's no cannon coming up. I think this Sunken is actually kind of a fake because there's no way this is going to survive, right? And there's no way lings are going to get here in time. I think what he's trying to do here is try and make this guy think like he's going to try and save it and then immediately counter. But I see the cannon has started back in Best natural. These lings, well, they basically all died, and we're going to have 7 lings going across the map, and this could be a quick game. That is a canceled Sunken. We've got the... Oh, wait. Did that cannon just start? No, that one's just finishing. Okay, that one just started. He needs to pull probes. Yeah, I see him pulling probes here. It all comes down to this. Can the Lynx get by? If the Lynx can get by, there's no gate. He could potentially do a lot of damage. Probe's slightly out of position. But that one can't... Well, dude, Saber, you gotta go. I realize you're waiting for more Lynx. But if the 2 cannons get up, you're not gonna get through here. And here he comes. Probe, really good drill right there to save that one. Loses that one. Lynx. Body blocking with the probes. It looks like he gave up. Yep, there we go. And that means that's an easy win for best. I thought that the 9-9 pool would actually be in time for the Forge, but I guess I'm wrong there. I guess it's just not quick enough, even when you get it basically the fastest possible. So quick win for best, and already Saber down in the losers bracket, and it's going to be pretty rough for him to come out of that. Now we're going to be going into game 2. It's going to be Motive versus Barracks. I think this is going to be a tough one for Barracks. We'll see how Motive plays, though. So, in the top right, our Terran, it is Barracks. And in the top left, our Protoss, we've got Motive. And as I stated, this guy, PVT, he's really, really good. If you have been watching some of our Artosis's casts on his channel, he's been doing a lot of Flash games. And sometimes he's been facing off versus Motive. And there's even a game I remember where I guess Flash was just getting blasted over and over and over. And I remember him playing versus Motive, and he just directly asked Motive, like, can I just not expand versus this? Do I just have to sit here and build 5 factories before expanding? And Motive pretty much just said, yeah, if you're going to be playing versus the big time macro, shuttle harassment type of play that Protoss players are playing versus, you just got to sit there, man. You can no longer go for the 2 factory fast upgrades, immediate 3rd base, and then build your factories. Now, I don't think Motive is going to really have to worry about that particular style, because Barracks, almost every time I see him play, it's some type of timing. A lot of the times, it's a gasless timing, but he has mixed in, some 11 gas, 12 gas, but in general, I do see a lot of 5 and 6 fact timings from him, and I think in ASL versus Rain, we also saw a gasless on Radion last season, and then this season, a gasless on Dominator, and then just followed up with a really strong push. Now this is 12 Nexus, and Barracks, I think this was a 12 gas from him. I'm not the biggest fan of 12 gas versus 12 Nexus. Obviously, you've already chosen your build order. You don't know that this guy went 12 Nexus. But I think 11 gas gives you opportunity to do pressure, but at the same time, you have bigger econ, you're able to pump out more Marines. If you go for a full-on pull, which I think he will, then that type of move is stronger. Now, the probe has already found the SCV, and he's going to keep following it. All right. That was an interesting scout pattern, by the way, from Motive. I don't know why Barracks is going bottom left now, but he's not going to find him there. Hopefully he'll find him with the second scout at going to top left, because he really needs to figure out what this is. Now, Motive is going for the safe route, which is the double gateway. Probably going to be 2 zealots, 2 goons, cut probes, make sure that you don't lose your natural. And if that is going to be the actual opener, there's no way to pull into this. It just can't be done. And Barracks, he's going to find him last. And that is really bad for Barracks fans. By the time he realizes that this is a 12 Nexus, okay, well, he's sending his Marine all the way across the map. By the way, a goon pops out pretty much like right now. So if it had been a 1 base, this Marine would be dead. He would have already been spotted, but now he sees it is a 12 Nexus. And I have noticed that he has built continuous Marines. So he at least didn't skip it. Oh, it's a pull already. He got vision of the mineral line. Now it's pull time, but the probe is going to see it coming from a mile away. Now Protoss has a lot of options here. He can just sack the natural. He can put down a battery. He can do a lot of stuff here. It's only 1 zealot though, no 2 zealots. We've got 4 Marines, rallied Vulture, 5th Marine even coming, and an instant add-on for Barracks. Oh, zealot. Oh, may not be the best timing for the Zealot here. Okay. Second Zealot out. Yes. This looks pretty strong for Barracks right now. Does Preuss have anything to drill on? It looks like he lost his probe, so he doesn't have anything to drill on. It's already taken a lot of damage. Wow. Canceled bunker. Not sure if it was killed off or actually canceled by the SCV. Either way, I think that this is going to be a bust. I don't see how the Preuss, Zealot, and Goon get on top of this. That bunker's going to complete, is it not? That's a lot of Marines. Ooh, SCV's lit one of the Zealots through. Good micro at the top side to prevent the Zealot from getting on top of it. And actually, it looks like Protoss is going to hold this. Wow, all the Marines died. Oh no, you got to at least save your SCVs, man. If the SCVs die also, there's no follow-up for this. Well, I don't think there's a follow-up in general, because Barracks pulled a lot for this. What do you do now? You're not going to put down a command center. He didn't mine gas this whole time for, you know, like a second factory. There's no real way around it. Barracks can't recover from this. I think his best shot is to, okay, he's going to trade some vultures for some goon. I think his best chance is to slowly build up his Marine count and just go with 2 tanks. And then hope that this guy rush Robo or something and cut some goons. But the problem is the goon has spotted the natural, and now he knows that this guy didn't build a command center. So all it can be is an all-in now, and there's no chance in hell that Protoss is going to cut units now. That is a second Barracks, by the way. The way that's positioned, there's no way that's a second factory. So Barracks, you know, I've been in situations like this myself. Try and follow up with 2 racks with an academy with, like, range. I don't think you can really make any usage of having stim because the goons will just kite you forever, but with range, maybe you can potentially get some hits off, but by the time range completes, the Robo and the support base is going to be done. So I don't even know what this is. He's going to try and make an attack. I think this is kind of his best opportunity. If he had like 5 Marines here, I could see it doing some type of damage, but with it being 1 Marine, 1 Vulture, and 1 tank, this has got to be GG, right? I mean, if that dies... okay, well, he just lost, what, 2 or 3 goons pretty much for free? There's no SCVs to repair this, though, and he didn't send reinforcements. Okay, Motive, like, I realize you've got a massive advantage here, but taking a lot of damage on your units. There's the Academy. So it is going to be like some type of upgrade push, but there's 5 goons out. Soon to be 3 gate. He's got the Observer. I'm surprised he didn't just go straight Reaver here. But I guess he's trying to play it safe versus mines. Well, if he builds a Nexus, well, I mean, I still don't think there's any possible way for Protoss to lose this. But if you spend 400 minerals on not units versus an incoming Marine Medic tank push, Marine Medic is pretty freaking strong. I know from experience. Now, we still don't know if that is range or stim. Obviously, stim is faster than range. But I really don't think you're going to get any value out of stim. I think you're just going to stim into your death. But with range, at least you can get shots out onto the goons. And now Motive sees that, hey, it's a Marine Medic push. Gets rid of the Observer. And here we go. I mean, this is a pretty fearsome army. I still don't think range is completed. I don't think stim is completed. Well, he just bled off all of his vultures. Okay, that's a big shot. Good stepping stone micro with the tanks, but it's just too much. All the tanks are... Well, it was stim, actually. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. If that tank had survived and he could have repaired it, he may have been able to actually breach the natural. Motive is making this way too close. Where's the Reaver, man? How did Marines get into this natural? Please have a Reaver. Is there a Reaver? What's that shuttle doing? That looks like it didn't matter anyways. Okay, well, Barracks had a complete fail with his first attack. Actually did surprising amount of damage with the few units he had, but in the end, when you're at a deficit like that, I mean, that's pretty much all you can do. And actually, Motive gave him an opportunity, but no repair for the tanks. All of them end up dying. That means we've got our winner series now, which we're now going into best of threes, I think. So it's going to be Best versus Motive. This is going to be an interesting one because of how well Motive has been playing, but it's PvP. Does your PvT skill transition into PvP? Not too sure. But let's get into game one on Radeon. So, in the bottom left, we've got Motive. And in the top left, we've got Best. Now, last season in the series between Snow and Best, we had some crazy games. And in fact, I think I remember Best going for DT quite a bit. There was obviously the epic game on Blitz, where Best brought it back with some type of miracle defense. The entire game, always being down workers, always being down supply. I think he was down to like 25 workers at some point. I think at the end of the game, maybe he had like 30 workers, something like that. And he ended up managing to steal the victory. I do think that Snow was trolling a bit in that game, going only goons and reavers the entirety of the game. But Best, man, he's just never out of it, apparently, in PvP. He just produces so much stuff. And I like his unit comp a lot better in PvP also. Has a mix of everything. Doesn't just stay on Goon Reaver like Snow did. Doesn't just stay on Templars if he opens DTs. For Motive, though, even though I have seen a lot of his PvT games, I don't think I've ever seen him play PvP. Not really too sure of what to expect. The thing I'm going to keep my eye on in the openers is scout timings. So far, we don't have any scouting. Now, this could be because it's a 4-player map. You're not likely to find him first. And maybe you want to use that additional money to go for something like a 3-gate. But we do have Best. He's going to send out the first scout. And what direction is he going to go? It looks like he's going to go to the right side. And that is unlucky. Meanwhile, Motive, still no scout at all, just getting his production up and running. So far, we've got mirrored builds. It's the typical, 11 gas for Protoss from both sides, Gateway, Cybernetics. Neither player has built a Zealot. And we're really just waiting for what our mid-game is going to look like from the build orders. Still no scout for Motive. To me, this really does look like it's going to be a 3-gate or use that money to go into Fast Nexus. Why else would you not scout? Still no Zealot for either side. Cybernetics complete. Is anybody going to go immediate range? We see Best queued up a Goon immediately. And we could see him mix in the DT since he hasn't gotten scouted. Well, there goes... I think that was 150 gas. So it is going to be range from him. Motive going to match the range also. So we have identical builds from both sides. But Best has scouted first, but has gotten basically the same amount of intel as Motive, which is nothing. He at least knows that top right and bottom right isn't where Motive is. But other than that, he has no idea what Motive is doing. And wow, even both players going for a second gate at the exact same time. So we do see a slight difference in money. But it's very slight. What is it, like 50, 60 minerals, pretty much? I guess that's the impact of not scouting at all has on your build order. And for a second, I thought that building was a 3rd gateway, but it ends up being an additional pylon. So at this point, no scouting at all for Motive. Didn't go into 3-gate. Oh, Best. I don't think he's going to be able to chase this down because the Goon has that slight delay when they fire. But if that was any other unit, that could have been a disaster for Motive. But at this point, since there's no 3rd gate, I think we're going to have a Nexus. We've got the Robo coming down for Motive. What's that? Okay, that's a pylon. Still no tech choice from Best just yet. I mean, at this point, I don't think you can really viably go DTs anymore. I imagine this has to be a Robo, right? Is there such thing as delayed DT in PvP? I don't think so. So no shocker to see that the Robo has now started. Both players have the same amount of units. One worker advantage for Motive, but does that really make a difference when both players have 22 at this point? I mean, you're basically efficiently mining. So I don't think this is really going to have an impact on Motive, getting down a faster Nexus or more units out. Now, we do have Best on the prowl with his 4 goons, and he's already done a lot of damage to that one goon at the top. Motive needs to actually run. Yeah, he's not going to win this battle if he tries to fight it. He will have rally point advantage. How far does Best want to commit here? Wow, he pushes him all the way back to the ramp. Okay, well, he's going to... No, I don't know about this, man. This is a disaster. What is this? Best, even I know not to do this. Oh, he loses 2 for 1 and heavily damages one of them. Only loses pretty much shield damage on that other goon, but that was ambitious, to say the least. I think coming down there and scouting that there was no Nexus is good enough. You definitely don't want to let the opposing player get away with a fast Nexus, but to go up the ramp like that, I don't really know what he was looking for. Was he trying to, gauge whether it was 3 goons versus 4? And maybe get a read like, oh, this guy's going DT? But once he saw it was 4 versus 4, why not try and run? Anyways, it doesn't look like either player took, ridiculous losses. But we do have Motive putting down a faster Nexus here, whereas Best, he is on the back foot right now, going to play more defensive. I will say that Motive has some interesting goon placement. He has no vision of the left side. If this was fast Reaver, wouldn't Best just run in and kill everything? Now, I was just talking about delayed DT, wasn't I? And that is a Citadel. I'm confused. What? What am I looking at? Is this me playing? What is this build order? This is 3-gate, right? 3-gate, Robo, Citadel, no Templar Archive, with Observatory and Support Bay. This is so much gas, man. What is the purpose of the Citadel? Is he gonna get speed? Is he gonna go like 3-gate speed, 1 Reaver, and just use all these goons that he has to hit a timing? It almost feels like he couldn't make up his mind on what he wanted to go for, really. But I will tell you this, Motive is running away with this game. Nexus already done. Nexus still hasn't even started. I don't even think Best can beat this army right now. Yes, he has some zealots, but is this enough? Yeah, Best doesn't know if this... Oh, whoa. Best is coming in. Zealot leading the charge. How many goons is this? Is this 8 versus 8? Oh, but there's a Reaver. Okay. Well... This is a disaster. Best is so far behind. It's not even... It is, like, not even close to being even right now. If we were to quit the game right now, Motive has to be up at least, like, 400 or 500 resources at this point. I mean, it's natural. Is mining so effectively. He's sitting at 38 workers. He doesn't even need more workers. He could just pump out pure units at this point. Reaver moving out. Hello, Best gonna intercept this army. Reaver shot. That was a juicy one. Gets 3 goons right there. Saves the shuttle. Reaver's still alive. Hot pickup. Look at that control. Perfect. Even saves that Reaver. Wow, this is... I feel like if Motive just backs off, builds up his gateway count, and goes for round 2, he'll probably just have a killing blow. Okay, he already has 4 gates. I think really he just needs to get up to either 5 or 6 gate, and that should be enough to run Best over. Now, what does Best need to do to get back into this game? Motive saw with his observer that there is a Citadel. He knows that there's a support base, so he knows Reaver is on the field. Best needs to get some Reaver damage, but you can see Motive's already set up for it. Yeah, pokes in, gets no damage there. Now, Best's Nexus has finally come up. Well, not technically, it hasn't come up just yet. It's long distance binding right now. But he is in a really terrible position. Even though supplies are really close and army values are really close, Econ is obviously massively in favor of Motive. And there we go, 6 gates. That's what I like to see. All I want to see now is get a Forge, get your +1 weapon. That is a huge upgrade in PvP. And just start bringing it to this guy in the mid game. We did see 3 Reavers. Now, I don't think I've ever seen anybody effectively micro 3 Reavers. But maybe we can have some good Reaver control from Motive. Okay, that's a big shot from the Reaver. Armies are still close. This is what I don't understand is how does Motive have his natural up so quick and then you subtract the worker difference and we've got pretty much even armies? How does that happen? Motive lost his pylon on the left side. Ends up building another one on the left side to try and intercept a drop. You know, get some vision of when that Reaver could come in. Both players have their army way far across the map. Reaver right there, isolated. There's no support. This could easily get taken down. Does he want to risk it, though? He doesn't know where the goons are. Ooh, it connected onto some of the goons. Well, I see Motive has a huge supply lead, but he hasn't sent his rally point units. I'm getting a little bit worried that he's slow on the gun to send reinforcements and may just get surrounded here. Shuttle at the top, no reaction. No, why? That's 10 supply double Reaver down the drain. Now look at it, it's actually supply lead for Best with 10 worker disadvantage. So he's up a huge amount of army value. Oh my gosh, Motive, not like this. He looked away for a moment, loses the key shuttle. He's even going to bleed off 2 zealots. That's an extremely weak zealot. It's basically not even supply at this point. Now this is awkward. Oh my gosh, this is so awkward. Best, I think, could push to victory. As long as he can micro his shuttle well. Motive's units are way, way, way out of position. I guess he has the potential to go for a 360 surround here, but I don't know, man. Shuttle is flying around trying to find the angle, but not willing to commit once again. Motive has snuck around the left side. Maybe he can get the sandwich because now it's on Best not being able to reinforce. Uh-oh, he got his army caught. That is a lot of Dragoons. What's that, 10 Dragoons? How are you going to escape now? Oh no, he's going to the bottom right. There's no escape path this way, man. You have to fight here. And I love what Best is doing. He knows that units have to come around through the left side to help save this. So he unloads those Reavers, hoping that they come through the center. And that was an amazing trade for Best. Absolutely amazing. He's going to slam this army. But it does mean that all of his units are out of position, and immediately, Motive is going to go for a counter, but he doesn't have that much time to make something happen. And already there's 2 Reavers. Oh, this has got to be a I was going to say this has got to be a misstep, right? As he kills 5 goons instantly. Oh, Shuttle's going to die. But he's gonna get full surround. Oh, Reaver dies. Shuttle, can it escape? Okay, it's gonna end up escaping for now. Once again, I think Motive is gonna. Nope. Looks like these goons are actually gonna get away. That was good counter drop from Motive there. You know, draw the attention away from the Reavers, get some more damage done, get some goons too, and some probes. Up 13 workers. Does lose 2 more Reavers though. That's quite expensive, and I think Best kept all of his shuttles alive. The one in the center, maybe not, because I don't see it anymore. Did he lose? Oh, there it is. There it is. He almost got down there to get some damage. Reaver unload, Reaver unload. Oh, that's so many probes. Oh! What was that? 10 workers right there? So again, Best getting massive damage. Gonna even up the probe count now. Now it's just a 3 probe difference. Oh! In the main of Best, didn't even see that Reaver drop. Hello. That was 7 probes. Oh, 5 more. 12 probe kills. Reaver is going to make it out also. Motive is crushing at this point. This game is wild. Back-to-back blows from both sides. But there's no Reaver with this army in the center anymore. So, Best, yep, he can shoot those bowling balls just like that. Big hit onto the 3 goons, they all fall. There's the Reavers to help support. I don't think Best can move in here anymore, right? This is such a fearsome army for Motive. He's up 20 supply, 17 of it is in workers. But his army, what is Best doing? Taking mid or top middle? Does he even have enough probes to saturate that base? Motive has been quite aggressive the entire game. I can't imagine this base getting up and running, right? If it does, though, obviously that would be a big impact, but I don't think Best even has the money to support building probes at this point. He only has 23 workers. You know, 4 or 5 of them at least are going to be on gas. So he's pretty much mining with, what, like 18 workers? Something like that? A shuttle! Oh, it unloads one of them. But that was a huge loss. Okay, at least the Reaver... Oh my gosh. At least the Reaver gets off 2 Scarabs. Kills 4 goons. Best gonna lose his Reaver also. Down 40 supply at this point. Oh my gosh. Massive win for Best right there. He at least trades effectively. But he's still down a considerable amount of supply. He needs that 3rd base to get up and running. And once again, Motive loses a lot of his high tier units. Now the shuttle saw the 3rd Nexus, so he knows like, hey, this guy's building another base, but I don't think he knows that Best doesn't really have a probe count to be able to support all that. Shuttle not gonna get taken down. And we've got Motive on the move once again. Almost a 30 supply lead for Motive at this point. 12 of them being in army advantage. No shuttle for the Reaver? Still think there's a shuttle for Best, or for Motive there. Now I see something at bottom right. It's so slow it must be an observer, right? Yeah, it's an observer. Okay, he's looking for 3rd bases, but there is no 3rd base. And this is this really quadruple Reaver? If it is, there's no hope. There's no hope of saving this base. So it looks like Best is pretty much, yeah, quadruple Reaver. Jeez Louise. It looks like Best is pretty much donezo at this point. Well, we've got some DTs. Double Reaver going to try and save the day, but no way that this can work, right? Okay, those Reavers are going to unload at top middle. Can we have a micro battle? Okay, it connected. He's not paying attention. Okay, he saves that. Now he's going to send his real army over here. Oh, no. Best's going to lose 2 Reavers. Okay, at least he gets 1 in return. He's going to lose the Nexus, though. Nexus dies, and we are going to have an engagement in... Well, I thought we were going to have an engagement in the center, but we're not. 3rd base, up and running. Oh, I heard something at the natural. I heard DT. I see workers dying. Okay, DT at the 3rd base. I see a slight dot of at the natural, so probes are dying there. Look at worker count. Motive doesn't have any money. He has 4 minerals. What? Storm is really good. Storm is hitting so many of the Dragoons. And there's a lot of army for Best in the back. Is there 4 Reaver? Motive can't even build Scarabs at this point. He's not mining. Full surround from Best. What is going on in this game? Reavers die? Goons are... What am I watching? There's still long distance mining from... Oh, Motive's dead? He went from a huge lead to now he's dead. This is a huge army from Best. Absolutely massive. This can't be stopped. Oh my god. If you're Motive here, how does this happen? He was crushing it. 2 DTs are going to win Best the game. Disrupted the mineral line at 2 bases, ransacked half the probes, and obviously the clutch storms at the natural at the very end to blanket all the goons was amazing. This guy, he just refuses to lose in PvP once again, stealing another game in my opinion. There was no business, or Best had no business winning that game. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. What did he have, 23 workers? Apparently that's all you need. Wow. All right. Well, we're going to be going into game 2 now. If Motive can't win that game, how on earth can he possibly win the second one? It was just such a huge lead. Oh, here we go. We've got Best in the top middle. And we've got Motive in the mid-right. That is painful, man. Did he really not build a forge the entire game? I don't remember seeing when we clicked the goons if he had +1 or not. I would imagine, because we never saw like a cannon at the natural to defend versus potential drops, I guess he really just never built a forge and built a cannon at any position. That seems like such a huge blunder. But either way, that was an unreal comeback from Best. And that puts him one game closer to getting out of the group. We do have Pylon coming down in the main once again, so no forward gate, no proxy gate shenanigans. And, you know, with it being a 3-player map now that we're on Apocalypse, will we still have the no scout for Motive? I think at this point, when you're playing a map like this, where you legitimately have a 50-50 shot at finding them first, you might as well scout relatively quickly. If you find them last, I mean, you're not even going to find them that slowly. So far, neither player going for the scout, though. Does look like we're going to have mirrored builds once again. There's the gas. There's the gas for Best. Okay, so it's just going to be gate, gas, cybernetics. With it being Apocalypse, I don't think they're going to be able to get away with murder and not be building a zealot. I imagine probably both sides will be building that just to be safe. And there goes Best once again, sending out the early probe. Still no scout for Motive. Wow, I really do think out of all the maps, why not at least try and get the first scout off here? Either way, okay, there we go. Is that, yeah, he's gonna go scout now. Okay, now we'll see if he finds him first. And it looks like Best is going to find Motive first, so that's gonna be great for him. Zealot for Motive. You can see the supply difference right there. So as expected, at least he's going to go for the Zealot. But Best, no Zealot just yet. There it is. And not going to send it out across the map because he does not want to get pyloned in his mineral line. And there we go. Just gets a quick glimpse and will probably leave any moment now. I see that the probe for Motive is in the base of Best. Looks like he's sharking for a Manor Pylon, but I don't think you can really Manor Pylon that effectively at top middle. I could be wrong, though. Pylon right there. Okay, the way that Pylon's position looks like it's going to probably be for like a Robo. Now, that could be like a mind game, right? Like you put the Pylon forward like that, knowing that your opponent saw it, and then maybe you put down 3 gate in response. That could be like a mind game there. Now, I saw Best put down an early tech building. I think this is a Citadel, is it not? I don't think you could have 200 gas this quickly for it to be anything other than Citadel. So if this is gate Robo, I feel like Motive has a massive build order advantage. Yeah, that's exactly it. If this is a Citadel, which I think it is, I'm confused by this from Best. You saw the pylon positioning. Do you think it's a mind game? I mean, that could be the only logic, right? Because it's going to be DT, obviously. If this guy goes Robo, which you thought it was going to be, I mean, Observer is just a counter to it, is it not? Wow, it's going to be a 3-gate ob. Well, this was a Ripperino for Best. He's going to need to have some type of miracle hold. He's going to have to get cannons and Storm immediately. And I've heard that cannons are not exactly the most effective building versus Dragoon, so I don't even know if this is holdable. He's going to have to pray that the DT gets in and, you know, kills a lot of probes here. Well, Robo's done. If it's straight support bay, I think there's a chance, but with that building right there coming in, Motive's going to have to really blunder here to lose this game. There's the pylon. The forge should be coming in, and yep, there it is. Just now come late, so we're going to have cannons pretty soon. And the first DT should be out in a moment, and I will point out that I see that Best is still only on one gate. Even if he gets Storm, he's only going to have one available. I really don't think this can be held. How many cannons are you going to need versus Dragoons? Like, aren't they even stronger than Hydralisk? I don't even know if 6 cannons will hold this. Well, double cannon coming in, but he needs more than that. And Motive, he is on the move. Is it really only 4 goons, though? No, I see 3 trailing behind. I see that the DT has snuck through the top side. Uh-oh! This could get weird. DT gonna be moving in. Cannons are up. First DT is out. Well, second DT is out. Gets a few swipes off. That's 40 damage. I mean, 40 damage is a lot. That's another 40 damage, another 40 damage. It's gonna die. But the DT has snuck in, and look, he's hitting it off to the side. Oh, here he goes. Oh, it all comes down to whether Motive can hold this, or whether Best can hold this, because he's gonna do a lot of damage with the DT in the main. I can see it. Down to 21 probes. I don't see actually any probe kills. Okay, 20, 19. What's going on here? I don't see the white dot anymore in the main, and he just taps out. It looks like the probes must have recognized it, had a good drill, took down the DT, and that's all she wrote. So Motive, he will strike back in game 2. We'll tie it up 1-1. So that's fortunate for him. I would have felt bad if he doesn't at least get 1 win here, because really he should have won the game 1 and would have been out of the group already. But now we're going to be going into game 3. It's going to be retro, and let's see which of our Protoss is going to be making it out in first place. Okay. Once again, with the vertical spawns, we've got Motive in the top left. And in the bottom left, we do have Best. So, I do like Best's position a little bit better. He's going to have direct access into the main. Whereas Motive, if he goes for, counter drops, he's going to have to probably swoop around towards the middle, hook around down to the bottom, and then into the main like that if he wants to harass there. He will obviously have better access into the natural, but I think access into the main is more favorable. Neither player sending out an early probe, so once again, pylon just going down right next to the main nexus, and I imagine that we're probably just going to see the exact same opener. 1 gate Saber or 1 gate gas Saber. I don't feel like anybody's really lost by their openers, initial opener. They haven't really gotten punished just yet, but now that both players have gone for it twice, maybe now's the time to, mix in something like a 2 gate. But if there's going to be a 2 gate, I don't think it's going to be from Best. The way the pylon is positioned, the gateway is so close to your nexus compared to the ramp. It would just take, an extra 5-6 seconds to get across the map. So I don't think he's going to do it. Motive, I guess he had an opportunity to go for it, but he's going to go for the gas also. So once again, we just have identical builds. And at this point, we've had Citadel twice in a row from Best. Yes, the first game, it was kind of like a hybrid type of build order. Robo, Citadel, Observatory. I don't know what the hell it was. But will he go for Citadel now for the 3rd game in a row? I think now could be a good opportunity for Motive to go for, the Citadel. Just try and mix things up. You've gone Observer twice. Maybe you can throw this guy off, or at least go like straight Reaver. I don't think Best is going to go for Citadel 3 times. I think DT into DT would be interesting because, maybe you can hold position on your own ramp and sneak in your own DT, but I don't think he's going to go for it 3 times here. I think it will likely be Observer from Best, so if you can go blind Reaver first, that would be a great counter. And yeah, I was about to say, I thought I saw Motive Scout, and we do, and he does see that it is rushed range from best. Oh, probe bugging out a little bit. We do have, I guess, again, slight difference in the build order. Simply the first zealot coming out for Motive and best. He is going to have his probe pushed out already. This could be more gateways, but instead it's another forward pylon. Probe did not see that, but again, the way it's positioned, it looks like it's going to be Robo once more. Oh, that is a hidden probe, and it looks like Best lost track of it. Please go DT, man. This is not going to get scouted. If he goes DT, this will be an immediate win for him. There's no way this gets found, right? Please. We never get to see this at pro level. Will Motive really go for it, though? You know, this is your third game in the winner's match. Like, obviously, you're not going to be out of the tournament if you lose this game. But this would be the perfect opportunity. The opponent has no idea what your tech was. No, he sends in the scout. I mean, this is obviously good intel. He's going to see it is 2-gate with Robo, and you can see Best had no idea. He sends both of his goons back because he's like, wait, what? How the hell did that get in? Oh my gosh. I would have loved to see the DT just walk in and kill everything. But, okay, we're not going to get a free win. We're going to actually have a real game here. We've got Motive down 3 workers somehow. Not sure how that happened. But 3 workers is quite considerable. He does have a faster Nexus, so I guess he's going to catch up with his build order. He is down a gateway. He does have similar robo timing. He does have similar units. I guess that's how he's going to catch up. Both players, I think, have gone Observatory first. But Motive, with his Probe Scout, he could just skip the Observer if he wants. Sport Bay coming in. Motive now trying to catch up his work account. And right now, Best just waiting to see if this is going to be an incoming engagement, because he still hasn't gotten any intel in a while. He doesn't know that the Nexus is basically done already. And we've got Goon going to top middle, Scout there, nothing there. Nexus is going to be coming up in a second for Best. That was a big transfer, 10 workers. Okay, so he perfectly saturated that. Still 2 gates for both sides. There's Support Bay, alright. I think the Reaver is going to be slightly quicker for Best, but, you know, nothing major. And now Motive has actually shot up in supply, in the worker lead at this point. And it is only 1, so not, you know, a huge deal, but we'll point that out, at least. There's the Reaver for Best. And now Best's going to transfer his workers and get that up and running. And the Observer sees that news that, dude, this guy's already got his Nexus done, and in fact, he's been mining it for, what, a minute now? So, once again, Motive with the better position, in my opinion. I'm sure this game he'll definitely get a Forge and a Cannon to make sure that he doesn't lose his entire mineral line to a single DT. But for now, both players are just content with building up. Gas coming down for Motive. Maybe he'll start going into Templars himself. Don't know natural gas for Best just yet. I think that's going to be a pylon, right? There's no way he's going to try and put down an Nexus. That would be suicide. And Motive, he's going to come into the natural and see, okay, this guy still doesn't have gas. So there's really no threat of, you know, a lot of gates at this point, because there's no way you can support Reaver in, you know, like 6 gate or something with just 1 gas. So Motive knows he's probably still fine right now. Only has to deal with maybe 2 or 3 gates maximum. And we've got both players on the move. Shuttle is... Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Where is Motive's shuttle? Motive does not have a shuttle yet. So he's going to need to back off. I heard him load up right now. Looks like he's got at least 1 Reaver. I don't think either player has 2 Reavers at this point. But I will say that Best has really low gas. I I think he may have upgraded speed already. Oh, shuttle. No, that is an isolated Reaver. It gets off big damage. Well, it got off some damage. How about that? Oh, Best! He loses the shuttle. Oh my gosh, both players lose their shuttle, but I think that Motiv's army is still massively bigger than Best, but maybe not with that single Reaver coming out. Oh no, Motiv, he's trying to jump on the Reaver, but he's taking huge shots, but he still focuses it down. What is it, 5 goons versus just 3, just 2? Is this over? 4 goons, 1 zealot? Is this game done? He's starting to snipe probes. Zealot ends up falling, but 4 goons, they can one-shot probes, right? So he's gonna get a couple. There goes 1, 2, almost gets a 3rd. This was great damage. And behind this, Motiv already had the probe over there at top middle to build a pylon. He immediately puts down a nexus. He's already got, what is it, 4 gate? I think Best also has 4 gate or 5 gate. Okay, so 4 or 5 gate versus 4 or 5 gate. But Motiv has obviously eco lead. Doesn't look like he's got Reaver advantage, but he's again in a prime position to take another game. Not sure what was at mid left, probably a pylon. Yeah, pylon, so that gets taken down. So Motiv in every single game so far has been at an advantage. Of course, ended up losing game 1, but you got to imagine that he shouldn't let this one also slip away. He's got production lead. His 3rd base is about to come up. Still no shuttle and Reaver, so maybe Best can get some miracle shots if Motiv oversteps. Hopefully he does not attack right here, because I don't think this is going to work. He sees that there's double Reaver. He has 1 Reaver. Okay, he's gonna get a pot shot on that Zealot. Well, he can get some probes for free, right? Yep, okay, there goes 2 of them. Oh, he wants another probe shot so badly. Oh, gets 2 more, that's nice. And now, Best feeling the, really hot pickup right there. Ends up saving the shuttle also. That shuttle is now out. Okay, big blow onto those goons. I don't know if Motiv wants to fight. Like, yes, he has a lot of goons, but do you want to risk throwing your entire lead? He's up 14 workers at this point. He knows Best does not have a 3rd base. And he's just going to swoop around towards the main. And this is going to force a full probe transfer. Can he get a connection? The answer is no, he's not going to get it. Does he lose the shuttle, though? It died! I see it died at the bottom side of the map. So once again, another shuttle gets picked off. I still don't think Best is in any world to go for a counterattack here. But that was another big swing. He is down 14 workers. So if you add that up, I guess Motiv is only up like 15 army supply, but we actually have a counter from Best. He snuck that shuttle across the map. And obviously everything is out of position for Motiv. What's in here? Is it double Reaver? How low is that shuttle? Oh, it's pretty low, man. Oh, it's really low. And he's got no damage. No damage from downtown. He gets it. Okay, that was not worth. Well, for Best's sake, I hope he's got another hidden Citadel in Templar Archive somewhere, but I'm not seeing it. So it doesn't look like the D2 is going to be the hero this game. Of course, Motiv hasn't won just yet, but you got to feel like this has to be a victory, right? He's up 18 workers, 35 supply. He's got the Reaver count. He's got the gate count. He's got the eco. Maybe it would be different if Best had like 55 workers and it was like 3 base versus 4 base, but when it's just 2 base versus 3 and it's 55 workers or 33, I mean that is a massive econ differential, and the shuttle almost bleeds off once again. Luckily he manages to save that. But look at this stranglehold that Motiv has. He's saying, nope, you're not leaving that way. You're not leaving at the top side, at the ramp. And all Best can do is try and go for a counter. And he actually got the shuttle across the map, but I think Motiv spotted it with the shuttle himself. So Best is instead going to turn around. Oh, almost got another pot shot off, but in the end doesn't get the connection. Motiv just posturing, waiting for his opportunity. This isn't even half of his army. There's the Reavers. pretty big shots right there. Still no more probes for Best. He's just all in with this. He knows that he can't mix in any probes. He needs just as much stuff as possible. Another big shot. Shuttle not getting taken down. Is it... I think it's what, 7 gate or 8 gate versus just 5 gate? Well, if Best can get onto high ground on the third base, this could be a good trading position for him. And he's actually gotten into high ground. How did this happen? Best, wait a minute. He went to the natural. Oh, he snipes the shuttle. Only one Reaver unloads. But his own Reaver is not here. Okay, now he sends it back. No way. Motive, not like this. The Reavers shoot the probes. The probes are doing so much damage, they kill a Reaver. How did that happen? Is Best really going to steal this game? The Reaver Goon combo is so massive. Supplies are almost even at this point. That was a good storm, by the way. But Reaver's still alive. It's Zealots versus Reaver Goon. That doesn't go very well for the Zealots. Another big connection with... Oh, the storm barely got rid of that Reaver. That was as effective as a trade you could get. If you're Best there, he really needed that. That was massive damage. But the question is it enough still? Yes, he has a lot of goons left over, but he lost all of his Reavers. He's, down in production. And now Motive has his Reaver, I think, built. Yeah, there, he has one of them. And he has Archon and he has Storm. So it's pure goon versus Zealot, Archon, Storm, Reaver. I feel like I've seen this before, and it doesn't work out very well. Oh, and speed is kicked in. This has got to be the last fight, right? Is there any world where you can stop this army? Well, I guess so if you pick off one of the Templars. Good damage onto the 3 goons at the bottom. Good storm right there. May be able to kill off that Reaver. Zealot, Archon, and goons at the top are doing work. Oh, we lost the shuttle and one of the Templars. Somehow that Reaver didn't die, so maybe he can get some turnaround shots onto the Zealot clump. Oh, didn't fire. Oh, there we go. 2 gone. 1 more. Wow, that Reaver was really 1 shot, and it got off all that damage. Well, Best needs to get another base pretty soon. We're 15 minutes into the game. Yes, his army is still very strong, but he's going to be losing steam if he doesn't get another base pretty soon. Main's going to be mined out in a moment. Natural, probably not mined out for a while, but we know Motive with the 3 bases, he's not under any threat of losing or being mined out and running out of resources. Good storm right there. Hits a couple of the goons. These goons at the top are going to bleed off. And I'm not sure what's going on at the bottom. I imagine those are goons down there, but they are not part of the battle. And at this point, I'm even looking at the mini-map in the main. Doesn't even look like Best is mining all of his mineral patches there. Alright, this needs to be a storm drop. It's a low committal. Okay, or a Reaver. Oh! When that might be all she wrote there, boys. Entire probe line gonna get melted down to 18 workers. Goons are set up at all the bases. That means that Motive, he's gonna make it out of the group in first place, and he snipes the shuttle. That's gotta be the GG, right? You can't win at this point. There we go. He taps out. And Motive, despite losing the first game, still takes it 2-1. Should have been a 2-0. Should have been a 3-0 if they had played all 5. But I am happy that he makes it out. It would have been heartbreaking if he ended up being eliminated, right? Especially after game 1. But now we're going to be going into our losers match. And this is going to be interesting. This is going to be Saber facing off versus Barracks. So let's get into it. It's going to be on Retro. Alrighty, in the top right, we do have Saber. And in the bottom left, we do have Barracks. Now, I haven't seen a lot of Saber play in general. Funny enough, the most I've seen Saber play is when Crossy streams. Proxy, for whatever reason, hits Saber on the ladder quite often. So I see a lot of ZVZ, but not a lot of Zerg versus Terran. And this is going to be interesting facing off versus Barracks, because even though I think Barracks plays, bio the majority of the time, he does mix in a lot of mech builds. Like I remember, ASL, when Eclipse was in the map pool, he had the straight mech play with Goliath. I think he got beaten by a lurker opener. But when you're on a map like Retro, where you can wall like this, mech all of a sudden becomes super dangerous because you can just get away with it so easily. Also, stuff like delayed mech or 111 is strong, because Zerg doesn't know whether you're teching and if that tech is going to be mech or if it's going to be like fastest vessel possible. So already I think Barracks is in a good spot simply because he does play all these types of builds, and with the wall and him not being scouted first, I mean, he can really do whatever he wants. Now Saber, I imagine he's going to go 12 hatch, 2-minute pool, 2-minute gas. That seems to be the go-to build. But I do hope, for his sake, that it's something like a 2.5 hatch where he can get mid-right, get some big econ. Because I do think versus someone like Barracks, you're going to really need to have some big econ in case he goes for the mech. Now we do have SCV being sent out. Will not find Saber first, but will most likely intercept that Overlord. He'll know that Saber is at top right. And Saber, unfortunately, is not going to see anything at bottom right. And as expected, there is the 2-minute pool, 2-minute gas. It is not going to be the 2.5 hatch build. And drone just going to loop over onto the bottom left, and we'll see that there is a wall. Barracks doing the safe move, which is build at least one Marine and the wall before his command center. And now that he sees that it's a hatch, he'll probably cancel this second Marine as he doesn't need it anymore. Oh, that almost got taken down. Oh, that was really close. Alright, 2 Marines on the move. I can't imagine him committing with this, but we have seen some weirder things. Last season, I think it was, Sharp versus Shine, where Sharp literally just bunkered right in the Overlord's face, not even with an 8 racks. And I think out of 3 of the 6 games, or whatever it was, the bunker actually completed and did monstrous damage. This time around, no bunker, but Barracks did reposition that Barracks, and he's going to have an opportunity to make a quick move. Now, I see that the Overlord is over that water. Can the Marines avoid the Overlord? If he can, 3 Marines could do a lot of damage, but it looks like those Marines have come into range. And yep, he does see them. Still going to attack, though. I mean, it is 3 Marines. They do 2-shot Lings. But I can see there's 2 Lings already at the natural. This shouldn't work, right? Oh, this is a disaster. 5 versus 3 Barracks, you way overcommitted. Good micro, I will say. What did he kill? 2 Lings before losing any Marines? But yeah, this is why you don't attack with just 3 Marines. 4 Lings will kill it. I mean, technically this was 5, but at least it forced out some Lings. And with him having the wall, he's not under any threat of being countered. So I think in this particular scenario, it's all right. But of course, losing 3 Marines is not ideal, to say the least. SCV still gets off some good intel, sees that it is Spire, nothing weird, no lurkers. Alright, well, Barracks once again moving out. Now, if this gets picked off, this would be really bad. And smartly, he does turn around. And in Barracks' main, I saw that he's gone for fast +1. He also has a somewhat quick academy also. So going to be really rushing those upgrades. But he is going to be trading those upgrades for not having a lot of production. He only has 1 rack so far. It's only 6 Marines. So he does need to be careful when the Mutalisks come out. There goes the second racks. I think for Barracks, he definitely needs to go into 3. I think 3 racks is going to be good here. Can you go 4 racks? I think going into 4 racks here is a little bit too slow. But 3 racks tech, it'll allow you to build a lot of units. I don't think you're going to be under threat of, getting busted anywhere. And then, of course, you have the fast tech follow-up. But actually, Barracks is not going to go with that. He's going to go with 4 racks here. I mean, he's going to have all the powerful upgrades line up for around 7 minutes. So maybe he can make a push happen. Saber's got his 3rd hatch going up at bottom right. Scanner's coming down. I mean, Barracks' build order is on point right now. He's got 34 workers, really big econ. You know, able to delay those scanners as long as possible. First few Mulists are out in the field. It's only 4 though, so can't really kill anything. Turrets coming down at the natural and main, and you know, the Barracks in the main. So it looks like he's pretty airtight here. 5 Mulists now. I think 6th and 7th are on the way, but I don't really think he's going to be able to kill anything. Right, Mulist get pushed back. And I guess we're just going to wait and see how Saber tries to get some damage done. Barracks with his 4 racks may move out on the map in just a moment. His range is going to be completing in just a second if it hasn't completed already. There's the stem. 1 Marine down. There's not that many medics, and the army isn't that huge right now. What is it, 15 units in total? Another Marine dies. Okay, that's good. Well, if he can get that medic, that would be great. You know, 4 medics is really what you want to have with, you know, your first army. Once you start getting less than that, you can run out of energy really quickly. And we've got immediate 3rd gas down at bottom right. That means that we're probably going to have mass mutas this game. But do you really want to go mass mutas into 4 racks with all these upgrades so quickly? Scan went down at bottom right. Looks like he scanned the natural, missed that base. But he's still on the move. Maybe he saw the creep. This army looks really tiny, though. Okay, a muta for a Marine. But I still think that this army is tiny. I think Saber needs to pounce on this before Terran can sync up 2 armies. More Marines. Okay, that was his opportunity. Right there, man. Get some of these Marines. Oh, another Marine or another muta dies. I mean, at least he's keeping the Marines back for now. But Barracks is crushing his build. Oh, 1 Marine has snuck down to bottom right. This is going to be annoying. But he's got his starports coming up. His factory's already done. Hydrogen just now started at bottom right. And this 1 Marine is now starting to kill the drones down there. We've got Ling scrambling into position. Doesn't look like he's killed anything just yet. Of course, as I say that, one of the drones falls. They even got a muta kill. Why? Why did that muta lead the charge here with no health? Oh, split up army. Well, Saber's going to clean up this army. But the rest of the army is going to stem down to bottom right. Saber's stimming for it. Or, I mean, Barracks is stimming for it. Now, I don't know. This could be a mistake. Yes, Marines hit really hard, but there's only 1 medic. And a lot of them are heavily damaged already. Yeah, this has got to be a botch, right? Yeah, that was a massive botch. Oh, my gosh. Barracks, I realized you wanted that base really badly, but that was an ample moment right there. He stemmed all the way across, loses his entire army, and now Saber is actually in a pretty good position. He's still got all of his mutas alive. He's going to pick off this entire army. Behind this, Barracks is going into Valkyrie. And Zerg should have their lurkers up in time. I really don't see how this is going to do anything. 1 muta gets taken down. Barracks is really reliant on this Valkyrie push working. Does he have an add-on for tanks? I think all he can really do is go like for a tank push, but I don't think he has the factory even landed. Instead, he's got double starport, double Valkyrie. The army is still not that big, man. Looks like more units. Wow, this is a massacre. Saber is just crushing him. I will say this, though. Saber's drone count is really low. And I see that he's still continuing to send units across the map. This does make me a little bit worried that if he continues to send and doesn't get a killing blow, this game may get turned on its head. Because right now, Saber before he lost those 5 mutalists was clearly when, oh no, he's got all these lurkers in the center of the map, but I don't see any at bottom right. Look at this, Saber's panicking, man. He's putting down panic sunkens because he doesn't know where the Marines are. Bottom right's dead. Please. Maybe the Lurker Ling attack at the natural can win the game? But Barracks probably knows this is coming. There's the bunker. There's one Valkyrie here. Oh, big Lurker shot. Nope. Is there enough Lings and Lurkers? Wow, look how strong that Valkyrie is. Holding the line forever. Looks like the natural's going to get breached, though. There's no bunker in the main. Lurkers. It's not that many Marines. Is Beast going to win here? Or not Beast. Is Saber going to win here with a counterattack? Oh, there's so many Lurkers on top of the production. There's not really that much support, though. Oh, SCVs are going to get ransacked by this one Lurker at the mineral line. 6 racks, though. Can he win? Is the rally point strong enough? He really needs to radiate. Oh, these SCVs are dying at the natural. 9 kills. Oh, my gosh. Finally going to get taken down. There's still these 4 Lurkers are still doing work. There's no medic with this army. Okay, but Barracks is back. Oh, he's walled off. Okay, that's nice. Preventing reinforcements, allowing his own units to get back. I think at least one irradiate went off. Yeah, one of them died to irradiate. How close are these Barracks to dying? He's gonna get another Lurker. Looks like he's just barely gonna hold. Oh my gosh, how did he hold that? Barracks with really a clutch defense, and like I was saying, the drone count, it was so low. Now Saber's all in. There's a bunker here. It's gotta be GG, right? There's no way it can win. There's no Defiler. If there's a Defiler, you know, maybe it could change the tides, but all the Lurkers blow up, and the GG comes out, and that means that Barracks, he's gonna win game 1. Man, Saber's mutas did so much damage. But the Hydras, I guess he thought he did so much damage he could end the game. But his drone count was so low, man. If he could have just sat back and just defended the ramp, he would have been in a great position going into his hive tech. But it is what it is. Barracks gets game 1 victory, and now he's 1 game away from getting into the deciders match versus Best. Our next map is going to be Radion. Okay, so once again with the cross spawns, and again in the top right, we do have Saber, whereas in the bottom left, we do have Barracks. Despite losing so many Marines, somehow manages to eke out a victory, and once again he got a good spawn for a wall. Of course, Radion I don't think has any Ling tight walls, but at least your Marines pop out on the bottom side of the map towards your command center, which is going to be nice. And I think Saber should just do what he did last game, which is again go for the standard Muta follow-up. This time around, of course, drone a little bit more. But his Mutas did so much damage that I would feel confident coming into game 2 that I could pull out a victory if I was him. I will say none of his Mutas went in and harassed the SCV line at any point. I always get nervous when Zergs don't harass the SCV line, because I remember in BSL, and I realize StarCastTV Star League is not BSL. I mean, there's a clear difference in skill. But in BSL, Mihu, he just dominates all the Zergs. And one of the ways he dominates them is none of the Zergs ever get any SCV damage. Like, literally none. Like, he just sits there, powers really hard, and then he explodes in the mid-game. And that's kind of what happened with Barracks there. He took no damage, he lost a ton of Marines, but then you look in his main, and all of a sudden he's got 7 Barracks. I mean, he just has so much production. This time I really do hope that Saber can get those trades that he did last game, and also rack up some eco kills onto the mineral line. We do have an overpool. It is going to be into a standard opener from Barracks, so already Saber's in a really bad position, and he's done. Well, what's his follow-up going to be? Because okay, at least it's overpool into fast scout. I don't hate this build as long as he can prevent the SCV from getting into the main. If he can prevent the SCV from getting into the main, then all of a sudden Terran has to rush comm stats. They have to respect that it could be a lurk or bust. You know, he can't just get away with what he did last game, which is fast eBay and Academy and build no units in the beginning. You know, like he's got to actually respect that this could be a variety of openers. Now, he did build 4 Lings, but he's sending them out. And if this SCV gets in, I'm not going to be happy. Well, there's no way around it. I hate it. I do not like this at all. There's going to be 3 Marines out. There's SCVs in position. SCV got into the main. He knows that this was an overpull, and now he sees that this is a fast lair, so it's extremely low econ. No chance for some type of shenanigans. It can only be Mutas at this point. And now what do you do if you're Saber? I mean, yes, he forced, what, 2 or 3 SCVs off the mineral line? I would trade that every day of the week, though, if I was Terran. Now, okay, there we go. I was about to say, surprisingly, there's still no gas. I thought for sure Terran was going to do exactly what he did last game, which is fast gas, fast eBay, and Academy. But instead, no Academy, no eBay. He still has gone for the fast Academy, and these Marines are looking for the Overlord, and he is going to find it. And the Lings are all the way across the map. There's also 5 Marines here. 5 Marines can beat 6 Lings. So I don't think there's really any shot of the Marines dying. Goodbye, Overlord. This could not have gone worse. This is so bad. I think Saber actually needs to just accept that he's going to lose the Overlord. Don't even bother to engage. I don't think... Okay, he has speed. Okay. With speed, he can win. Oh, that Marine did not like that other Marine. And actually, all right, 1 Overlord for 5 Marines. That is a really good trade. We've got the Spire about to finish in a second. We've got Barracks ramping up his production. We can see that the 2nd and 3rd Barracks coming down. eBay just now started. Actually a Ling... Yes, it's not a Ling flood, but a Ling attack into the natural may be able to do something. Maybe not now that the Marines are in position. And 3rd base going to be going up at the top left. That's going to be great. eBay about to finish. So turret's going to be in time. We know they're going to be in time because 5-minute eBay timing is when you need it for the standard 2-minute pool gas timing. And everything looks like it's just going to be very similar to last game. We just got here in a different way. We still had the Marines bleed off just like they did in Game 1. We still have the 3rd base in another main already. Yes, the one difference is, of course, +1 weapon's not going to be done, and it's not a 4 racks. But we're probably going to have Barracks on the move pretty soon. Barracks, to me, seems to be like an aggressive player, even though I would not move out at this point. I think he may potentially move out. Here we go, Mutas. No angle right there. Interesting turret placement. Really up against the comp set. I thought it would mess up the mining, but it doesn't look like it does. In Barracks' main, I think he has his factory started right now. At least that looks like most likely a factory position. 1 Marine dies. Another one dies. That's nice. And you gotta remember, there's still like 6 Lings. Even though 6 Lings don't have the highest DPS, they do soak up shots. And this Bio Ball does not have +1. Is not huge. What is it, 10 Marines, 4 Medics? I think if Barracks commits a little bit too far, he could easily lose this army. Factory is about to finish in just a second. More Marines, that's nice. Once again, I think Saber has gotten himself into a good position right here. Okay, Hydrogen, there we go. Gonna be going into Lurkers shortly. Alright, that was not great. But once again, the Mutas are not getting any worker kills, which is still my main issue in Terran versus Zerg. Like, yes, he's kept Terran back, but Terran's still streamlining their build. Gonna be going into, I think, Vessels this time. Okay, good Marine placement right there. And turret placement. Loses one Muta. Oh, he found the sweet spot. Those Marines will funnel up right there, but not willing to commit to that type of trade. So he trades one Muta for good damage. That's nice. Oh, it is actually Valkyrie. Okay, I thought for sure that it was going to be Science Vessel. But it is still going to be Valkyrie this game. A lot of Mutilas still out on the field, so these Valkyries are going to be very, very strong. Going to be very impactful, obviously. Lurker, I'm assuming that got scanned at top left, but Lurker upgrade should be coming in pretty soon, and hopefully he'll get the Hydras up this time. Another turret's going to die. Saber's doing really well to keep Barracks back this long. Depot going to die. I think. Oh, I think this is a mess up. He's going to swoop in and kill a lot of Marines, but will he lose a lot of Mutalisks here? Looks like he lost, well, he lost 5 Mutas. Okay, so he did clear out a lot of Marines, which is great, but now I'm worried that there's not going to be enough to kill the Valkyrie, because we've got the first one out. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Okay. I thought that those Mutas were going to get caught, but not the case. And we are on the move. Now, top left, I still don't see Hydras in position. There's no eggs being morphed just yet. Okay, there we go. Lurker's being morphed at top right. So he definitely has the upgrade done. Mutas find some more straggler Marine kills. That's great. Overlord gonna die. Those Lurkers at top left, are they on the ramp, man? Are they on the ramp? Doesn't look like they're on the ramp. Medic dies. They're not on the ramp. Burrow, please. No, it didn't burrow. Okay, luckily that one gets down in time. Oh, but four Valkyries just shredding all the Mutalisks. Okay, good Scourge connection. So Mutas are barely gonna kill the Valkyrie. All right. Okay, I thought that for sure that Saber was going to lose all of his Mutalisks and then lose his third base. But behind this, we've got 2 dropships already built. And if Barracks sends all the stuff to top left, there's no Nidus, right? I don't think the Mutas and the single Lurker are going to be able to win the battle. And it seems like that's exactly where Barracks is going. Everything to top left. Nidus just now starting. This is not the connecting Nidus. This is the beginning of the Nidus. And uh-oh, the drops are already here. There are no more Scourge. 6 Mutas. Yes, they have +1 weapon. Oh, he saw the scan, so he knows that the drop is coming. Alright, where's the drop going to go now? Well, there's nothing at the ramp now. There's nothing covering the Nidus. Top side, he missed it. No, not like this, Saber, once again. Outmaneuvered. And these are very weak Lurkers. Whoa, that was a big shot. Okay, but it just doesn't matter. Nidus is going to die. This can't be saved. Mutas are too weak. Saber, he just fell apart in the mid-game, man. The Mutas did really good damage once again. But he just got picked apart. Sub 50 supply. No third base. I didn't even see if he had a Defiler mound. He has 3 Lurkers, but he needs a Defiler here. Maybe, maybe if there's a Darkstorm at the natural, he can push to victory. But with no Defiler, obviously that's not going to happen. He's going to try and take bottom right, but Barracks is already on the move over there. I think he still has his dropships alive, right? Probably he does. So, I mean, he could just go over there and drop that, and that would die immediately. And Okay, there's scan. You know, now it's really rough because Saber has to defend his main also. And with the dropships out on the map, like I said, it can go to both positions. His mutas are extremely weak too. It's not like he can use the mutas to, you know, stave off the attack. Like, that's just not going to happen. I hear Consume go off. If there's fire bats here, he probably can just plow through. Because I think he sent them a... Yeah, he literally sent all of his lurkers down the bottom right. He scans and he sees there's no lurkers. I think it's just going to be go time. No lurkers means there's no hope. He built 3 defilers. He needed 3 lurkers here. There goes the Darkstorm, but there's nothing there. Oh, man, this feels bad. I think Saber, he had opportunity to win Game 1 and Game 2, but couldn't pull it together. So he taps out, and he's going to be eliminated. And that will give us Best versus Barracks now. We already saw Barracks fall apart versus Motive earlier with the 12 Nexus, you know, into the all-in 2 racks, 1 factory timing, which did a surprising amount of damage, but hopefully we can get it together here, as Best is another formidable Protoss player. Our next map is going to be Retro. Okay, in the top right, we do have Best, and in the bottom right, we do have Barracks. So I've mentioned this before. With spawns like this, Barracks is going to have a really strong push towards the natural. It can also use that push to expand behind it. He is someone that does 5 and 6 facts. Not exclusively, but does it quite a lot. That I think Best should be expecting it. You know, last season we saw Best have a miracle comeback versus Royal, I think. Royal was, I mean, it was identical spawns too, and same map. Royal was just in such a fantastic position, but Best did what he does best, which is build a ton of stuff. And I think to beat someone like Barracks, you just gotta have an overwhelming amount of units. No need to be cute with the Reaver Micro. No need to be cute with like DT drop. Just build a freaking ton of gateways. And we're gonna have forward gate, so completely different opener from Motive. Compared to Motive, I mean. We went from mega greed to big time pressure. And already I'm not a fan. We've got the low ground Barracks, which is fine, but he's not able to build a depot on the right side, which is where you need to build the depot to make it zealot tight. So already, this is looking like it's probably going to do a lot of damage. Luckily, Terran is going to find Protoss first. He will see this coming from a mile away. He should be able to immediately bunker. And the fact that he's gone no gas means that he's going to have the money to immediately bunker. So maybe it's not as bad as I thought. But he's going to need to have some SCVs on the ramp to hold position to make sure that the Zealot doesn't get in. Yep, immediate bunker. That's great. By the time the Zealot gets across the map, I think there's going to be almost 2 Marines. Definitely 1, but I'm not sure if the second Marine will be out. But he needs to get SCVs on the ramp. Probe has gotten in. Oh no. Do not chase the probe, man. You need it in the bunker. Okay, he takes his own gas. Well, I think Barracks is getting... Actually, I think Barracks is actually getting picked apart by a single probe. That allows the Zealot to walk in. And now, he's going to have to micro with no SimCity versus Zealot in a probe. Oh, the Marine got blocked by its own SCV. eBay block at the natural. Oh, Marine manages to get behind the back. Oh my gosh. That SCV control was fantastic. He manages to actually save a lot of damage on that Marine. Gets a lot of damage onto that Zealot. SCV. Whoa, he saved both of the injured SCVs. This is some of the best Marine control or SCV control I've really ever seen. You gotta also consider this guy has no SimCity, like absolutely none. He body blocks with SCVs at the top. Once again, the SCVs at the bottom side. Holy smokes. Taking no damage to the Zealots. I haven't seen anything die just yet. What is this micro? Zealot is gonna almost die. That one dies. Okay, he does lose a lot of mining time with the SCVs, but the eBay block bought him a lot of time. He lost 1 Marine in that entire engagement. That is absolutely crazy. I don't think I've seen better micro. That's like legitimately flash level micro right there. That was crazy. That was nuts. Now we've got 2 more Zealots. Are they going to wide walk by? You know they were. That is a lot of... Wow, that Zealot already almost dead though. 4 Marines did a lot of damage. But that one Zealot is going to hold the line here. I think the Zealot in the main... Oh, a little bit of misstep right there from Bess. Okay, that Zealot, can he get some kills? Can he get any of the injured SCVs? Oh, there's a bunch of them there, but he's not able to target them. So he ends up just losing both the Zealots. All right, this is... I think it's kind of even, is it not? Preuss, why does he have a 5th Zealot? Preuss has lost a lot of Zealots, but at least his Nexus timing is great relative to Terran's command center timing. Terran's factory has been delayed forever, and Protoss is going to go at immediate robo, so he's going to really continue this pressure here. Not going to, pressure with the goons, but instead probably going to go straight Reaver. SCV got sent out again. What is this Zealot doing? Isn't it just going to die? Okay, this feels kind of wasteful, but maybe it's not, because at least he gets a full scout. He sees that it is 2 factory. He sees that there's no armory. It's not like he rushed an armory here or went starport. But not the greatest usage of that particular Zealot. But what has been good is this SV gets in, sees that it was skipped range. Why is he bugging out on that pylon, man? Oh, wow, he's actually going to still get out. Sees that the robo is done. Didn't actually see observatory or support bay, but I think it's highly likely that it's support bay, just because, Protoss knows that your factory's late. They want to get in here and try and do as much damage as possible. Yep, there's the support bay. So it is going to be quick Reaver. Starport. This is a weird build. So I myself I realize that this is not a normal gasless game, but it is still gasless. I myself have been trying 2 factory with a starport, and every time I do it, like if I try and go drops myself, I don't have enough stuff to end up defending the drop. Oh, those goons get good damage off, but doesn't get the kill. Okay, finally gets that tank in the back. But this starport, I don't think it can possibly be for drops. I think this has got to be for immediate Wraith. He wants that goon, but I don't think he's going to get it. At least save 1 Marine. Oh, he does, and he gets into that bunker. Critical that he gets into the bunker. But the fact that there's double Vulture here makes me think that this could be a drop. Okay, now another tank comes out. Goodbye, goon. That goon might end up dying. Not sure what its actual health is, but a couple mines get placed. Yep, and Shuttle's on the move. This is why I think it had to be an immediate Wraith. And I didn't see an add-on, so I think it actually is immediate Wraith. Okay, so this is going to be actually really good for Terran. He should shut down this drop. Hopefully. Vulture's going to deny this 3rd base. What about the drop in the main? It just unloaded. Oh! Oh no, there's all the SCVs! Oh, wow, that Reaver died real quick. Did it hit a mine or something? I don't know, but he did get a couple of SCVs there. Not a lot, though. And this may be all Barracks needs to transition this into like a 5-fact timing. Kill the Reaver, didn't take that much damage. You've delayed, at least probe transferring to the 3rd base. Oh, in the natural. He's in there. In the main, even. Wow, and he's gonna get some mines down. Okay, this is gonna be good damage. Oh, gets 1, 2. Oh, actually, it's really good defense from Best so far. 3. Really looking to get at least 4. And forces off mining. 4. Okay, so he got everything that he needed. So they basically trade worker damage right there. Still no additional factories for Barracks. Maybe he is going to expand. He's got the money to put down factories, though. There goes one of them, 2 of them. All right, it's just 4 fact? No, I don't think it's going to be just 4. There we go. 5th factory. Okay, so it is going to be a 5 fact timing. Like I was saying, you know, he's got a good stepping stone at mid-right. This is a really good map for a 5 fact push. And Best really needs to figure out what this is. He's just now getting an observer into the main. And he's going to see that the factories have started. Actually, did he? I see that he's got some vision, but he didn't go in all the way. He needs a Citadel and gates, man. No more probes at all. He needs to get, you know, actual production down. Not doing it. He's very low on gas, by the way. He's still not mining his natural gas. And he's not seen this, man. It was a dropship that got denied. It got killed at mid-right. Okay, that's a big loss. Best needed that. He needed to get rid of as much stuff, supporting units, I mean, as possible, because this is going to be a really strong push. And please go in with the observer, man. There's so many tanks that you're also missing. It's 7 tanks. This is huge pushing power. Are those Stargates? Those look like Stargates on the left side. Don't tell me those are Stargates. Okay. At least those are gateways, but he's in massive trouble. That Citadel needed to start 2 minutes ago. He's going to have the Citadel start or finish when Terran's pushing. Okay, now both observers see, you know, that it's actually a 6 fact. Now he sees the factories, but it's too late, man. He's just now starting gateways. He does have a 15 supply lead. Almost all of it is in workers. But 50 worker Terran, they can support a lot of stuff. They don't need any more units. He just need any more workers. He just needs pure units. I don't see how Protoss stops this. Protoss needs shuttles. He needs to shuttle bomb this. At least the Goliath and anti-air is, you know, not that strong. It's a Wraith. Well, you can't go that way anymore. There's mines there. No, he eats a huge mine. Needs another huge mine. Not like this. He lost 4 goons for free. He's trying to bite. He's going to lose these goons too. Another one dies. That one almost died. Okay, yes, you need that shuttle, but I don't think speed is done anytime soon. And Barracks is... Okay, I thought he's going to be pushing a little bit faster than he is. Barracks pushes really, really freaking fast in general. But he's waiting a little bit. I guess he's getting his hotkeys set up, you know, waiting for some more anti-air. Did a couple of scans to be sure of before making a committal there. Oh no, he eats another mine. Why are these goons over here? Yes, he's gonna try and counter or try and prevent reinforcements, but he doesn't have speed on these zealots, man. These zealots are so weak. He's going in without speed. There's no speed. This can't work. Look how fast this zealots. Oh, Reaver got immediately blown up. Now all he has to do is focus the goons with the sea. Oh my, this was a catastrophe. Absolute massacre. Yes, the goons are preventing reinforcements, but... Well... Okay, the zealots still don't have speed. I was going to say, with his 7 or 8 gate, maybe he could, you know, end up killing this attack. That Reaver did good damage right there, but there's still just so many tanks left over. The issue is that the Zealots are just doing nothing. Okay, finally the Zealots have speed, but they move in at the worst possible time. They all die, and the Reaver dies. Wow, these goons are doing a lot of damage. Really are preventing a lot of reinforcements. Finally, a tank on high ground gets siege and will push them back. But Barracks, he's here. He's at the natural. Can't go up that ramp. And Barracks might have done it. Probes are dying. Zealots are funneling in. We need big time drops. Reaver, another Reaver. Big time shot. Reaper died, and the shuttle died. Both shuttles are gonna die. I think he's done it. He's broken his back, and he's gonna take game 1. And I do want to point out, even though we didn't get a look at it in the game, at top middle, that vulture that was attacking the pylon wall, it busted through 2 pylons. If he had noticed it, had done that, he would have started racking up probe kills there too. So Barracks, he's pushing really well. You know, in the game versus Motive, I mean, he was behind massively. There was like almost no way for him to win, but he's getting a lot of damage done when he actually makes attacks happen. And now he's 1 game away from getting out of the group in 2nd place. Cruiser said he needed to be right back a moment, so we're waiting for him. And in the meantime, I guess we'll promote the StarCast Patreon. If you guys have been enjoying the content from StarCast TV, whether it's, you know, the StarCast TV Star League, whether it's ASL, you know, the Revenge battles, international battles, you know, direct sponsored games, definitely consider becoming a Patreon supporter. Without the funding, we definitely could not continue to run the channel. As you know, these types of tournaments, well, they're quite expensive, to say the least. Pros definitely charge quite a bit to get their pro games, pro replays, and get their games televised. So the funding does go a long ways. And if you're not able to support through Patreon, at least slam that subscriber button, man, so that we can get, you know, the algorithm in our favor on YouTube. And Best here, I think his build order in general was pretty good. I just wish that his Zealot legs had kicked in about 30 to 45 seconds faster. If he had that, I think that the counterplay he did with the goons to cut off reinforcements, you know, initially I thought it was bad because I knew that the Zealots were dead weight. But if the Zealots could have had faster legs, then all of a sudden, you know, preventing reinforcements would have been amazing. Because what was it, 10 gate versus, you know, a decent chunk of Terran army, but, you know, not that much since he couldn't reinforce. But just not enough stuff for Best. And now, you know, he could lose here because Apocalypse is another map where it's not necessarily easy to push on, but it's a map that you don't want to play late game on because if Protoss gets carriers, there's so many ledges, you know, there's so many routes that Protoss can take that I do think that Barracks once again is going to try and go for a push. So hopefully Best can get in here with his observer and spot the factories, you know, a little bit better so he can have his stuff up and running in time. And Cruiser is back now, so let's get into potentially the final game of the day. It's going to be game 2, Barracks versus Best on Apocalypse. Okay, in the bottom left, we do have Barracks, and in the bottom right, we do have Best. So we did see, you know, the gasless into Starport opener last game. You know, it had to be straight Wraith because how else would he have countered the shuttle? But if he does go for Starport again this game, he's going to have a good angle directly into the main. I'm talking about Terran at least. Protoss, on the other hand, you know, even though I think the better spawn is top middle for drops, even if you come through the bottom right side, right, you at least have that high ground over the natural that Terran may not even see it coming from that angle. So drops are, you know, especially deadly when obviously Terran can't see it coming. Once again, we've got the pylon kind of forward. Not the most forward pylon I've ever seen, but it does look like this gateway is going to be positioned in a way to try and get some Zealot pressure. And Protoss is going to go to top middle. You know, Artosis recently released a video about why do Protoss players try and gas steal on 3-player maps. You know, they only have a 50-50 shot. But if you spawn at top middle, the gas is towards the scouting probe, which makes it easier to gas steal. Not going to find him this time, so a bit of an unlucky scout pattern from Best. I remember Best in one of the translated videos mentioned that, hey, if you pylon scout and you don't find Terran first, you're already dead. And of course, I don't agree with that. But at pro level, I could imagine those minor optimizations or lack of optimizations really coming back to bite you. We do have second pylon already coming down for best, so this is going to be multiple zealots, potentially even like 3. Gas coming down. First zealot is on the way. And Barracks, I think he had a 135 gas, which generally is an 11 gas. But I think he actually really optimized his mining, and it actually was a 12 gas with it being at 135. So he has crushed his factory timing. Really nailed his build. Well, he was crushing his factory timing, and then the probe said, no sir, you're going to have that delayed a couple more seconds. Still gets a 230 factory, which is fine. And Barracks needs to build continuous Marines here. He doesn't know that a Zealot is already halfway across the map, and he doesn't know that it's going to be multiple Zealots. For now, there's only one, which is surprising that there's only one. What is this build? He went Zealot, double pylon, gas cybernetics, and now he's going to build a Nexus? Maybe he was hoping it was gasless, and with the double pylon to give him opportunity to build multiple Zealots into that. But now, let's see if that Marine Micro is as good as it was on the last game, and that Zealot, for whatever reason, really did not like that depot. Bit of missed micro right there, and Barracks once again has impeccable Marine control. He loses nothing, and Protoss got late gas, did no damage with the Zealot, didn't build an additional Zealot, and now has gone into straight Nexus. If Barracks pulls for this, I think he just ends the game, doesn't he? Well, SCV died, so he doesn't have anything to drill on anymore. But this is a dangerous opener. Protoss, if he gets away with this, should be thanking his lucky stars, because if this was Flash, I'm pretty certain that he would have pulled for this. More Marines are being pumped out, so I don't think that a pull is out of the question here. That goon is getting dangerously low too. It's taking a lot of damage. Vulture taking a lot of damage also, but we'll pull back. And I guess we are actually going to just play this out. I think that's another... No, that's an SCV coming out to repair. More Marines being... Okay. He definitely wants to do something with this. What is he going to wait for? Like, how many tanks? Is it just going to be one? Is he going to wait for 2? If he waits for 2, what I'm seeing here with the 3-gate observer follow-up, if he waits for 2, I don't think he's going to have the opportunity to go for the killing blow. But if he goes with just 1, maybe he can hit it right before Protoss reaches, critical mass with the Dragoons. And there he goes. 1 tank, 1 Vulture, I think it was 6 Marines, and he's got a second factory coming also. And behind this, his command center is basically done. He's not all in with this, but he's looking to get a lot of damage. There's a second tank. Okay, it may be a little bit too slow for this. He will have mines, though. Observatory's not done. And Observer is, not the quickest unit to build. So actually, Bess is in trouble. Does he really have 2 goons? That's it? Oh, and the goon spotted SCV at the top, so it draws the units out of position. He's going to get on the high ground. I can't even believe this. This SCV may have just won him the game. These 2 goons are completely out of position. Hello, at the natural. If he puts mines at the top side, that means that those goons at the top can't help anymore. And, okay, he's got a couple of mines. 1 probe falls. He's going to cut off these goons. Okay, so now it's going to be 2 goons dead, basically for free. It does allow Protoss to get out his observer, though. And another round of production. There goes in one of the goons. Good micro right there to save the Vulture. And look at that body block, saying, no, you're not going to trigger that mine. I'm not going to blow up my whole army. I don't think Barracks is going to be able to kill him with this. That seems like a lot of... Did he send his observer across the map? Dude. What? Now Terran can come in here and do damage. There's still no detection. Okay, is he just going to back off? Okay, he does just back off. That is a lot of goons. So he doesn't want to risk losing his army for free. But I cannot believe that Best sent his observer across the map when he saw the units are literally right there at his natural. So the game is going to continue. It is, what is this? There's still no gas at the natural, and 3-gate observer is kind of gas intensive. I don't know if Protoss can afford going, you know, Reaver with all this. Yeah, there's no support bay. So it is just 3-gate. Oh, Vulture. No, not going to be able to get into the natural. So third Nexus coming down. That did not do as much damage as I was expecting it to do, especially with the observer moving across the map. And, you know, Protoss already has 3-gate. He's got the observer in. He's going to see any potential factory floods. So I'm not too sure of what the best course of action here is for Barracks. With the armory being so late, his upgrades are, you know, they're going to still be okay at around like 14 minutes for 2-1. But I think his best course of action is probably 4-fact and then try and take a third command center. That is so many Dragoons. What? Is he going? Okay. He's just going to try and jump on this. This is 4 tanks though, man. He loses 6 goons for 1 tank? That is not the trade that you wanted. And, well, after a trade like that, and you know that this guy probably built a third Nexus, maybe that will trigger... Yeah, it triggered the factories for sure. He was going 5, now he gets a 6th one. Alright, so once again, Barracks is going to try and make a push happen. The Observer, I don't think it got taken out, and Best sees it this time. So he needs mass gates. He needs a Citadel. Where's the Citadel, man? Does he still have a Citadel? I asked for it. This is 8-gate, no Citadel, Reaver. So it looks like it's going to be the same comp as last game. Masgoon, probably a lot of Zealots because mine that much gas, but the Zealots are once again not going to be very effective because they have no way to get on top of the army. Yes, he has a shuttle, but if Barracks builds, 4 Goliaths here, or 3 Goliaths even, his +1 weapon, Goliaths are just going to 2-shot that shuttle. Flies are dangerously close. Within 20 for Terran, that's always a good sign for Terran. Does not end up taking down the vultures. Yeah, he's gonna lose them. But these vultures are just a diversion, trying to get... Oh, we found an opening in the natural. There is absolutely nothing here. Complete evac. Please, is there a Reaver? Reaver to defend? Okay, there's Citadel. Oh man, Citadel just finished, man. Okay, he does lose 6 vultures for lost mining time and one probe, so I don't know if that was worth. But it probably made Protoss forget that their Citadel just finished. Hopefully he can get that speed upgrade instantly, because Terran's on the move now, and that is a lot of tanks. What is that, 10 tanks? Okay, it is Apocalypse, it is a hard map to push on, but you do have buildable terrain in the center, and he has +1 weapon almost done. Man, this is such a slick timing. Reaver took 2 huge shots already. It's already basically in the danger zone. Oh, a huge connection. Best doing best things, taking another huge mine shot. And with one of the Reavers already heavily weakened, and there still being no speed, is he really just gonna die to this push? Barracks has no command center behind this. This is it for him. He's just building non-stop stuff. Oh, he's found the goons over here. He's like, oh, you didn't actually send them back towards top middle? Well, alright, I'll just go kill these. It does buy Protoss some time to get his Zealots up with speed, but losing these goons for pretty much free is not great. 120 to 145. I think Best needs one more cycle of units. One more and he can do it. He also has high ground advantage. Wow, those goons died. Okay, goodbye, goons. Oh, does not get a kill on those tanks. I thought the double Reaver shot would get a kill. Oh, doesn't kill there. Reaver doesn't fire! Okay, Zealots have speed, but they've already lost a lot of their lives. Terran is here, man. Terran is on the doorstep. Oh, a lot of the tanks are not sieged up. He's very far forward. Zealots running in. Reaver, we need some big Reaver shots. Big Reaver shots. Wow, look how fast those Zealots die. Okay, that was a really good, juicy shot on the tanks, but he doesn't get any kills. Only loses one. Supplies are now in favor of Terran. Terran's done it. Barracks is going to win this game, man. Doesn't even have any anti-air. He just has just a freaking ton of tanks and vultures. He also has pulled 1 million SCVs, so he can repair these tanks forever. Oh, he's in the perfect position. Triggers the unsiege. Is there a Reaver? Reaver. Oh, okay, gets another big shot, but it doesn't kill anything. Oh, he snipes it. He gets 2 tanks, but I think it's over. I don't think he can stop the army. There's just way too much production. Barracks has his rally point set on this high ground, so everything's here immediately. And there's just way too many tanks. So unfortunately, Best, unless he gets off some insane shuttle bombs on these tanks, he's going to be eliminated right here. Really clutch siege and unsiege, and that's it, man. Barracks with the clutch 6-fact push once again to beat him in back-to-back games. And again, why is the Citadel so late? He at least stalled it out long enough to get speed this time, but I just don't understand why the Citadel is so late for Best. Obviously, the real game changer was that huge mine connection at the top left side where it killed, what, 4 goons and softened up the rest of the army. If that doesn't happen, maybe he would have had enough hitting from, you know, flanking angles to turn the tides. But in the end, Barracks too strong. Let's take a look at the match results. We, of course, saw we saw Best take down Saber in the first game. That was already removed from my mind because it was the 9-9 pool game that got completely owned. Then we had Motive completely own Barracks. Then we have Motive make it out in first place. Should have won 2-0. But insane comeback from Best in game 1. Barracks took down Saber. Saber had opportunities, man. I really do think he was in good positions in both games. Just the Lurker slightly out of position. Maybe next season he can get some redemption. And then, of course, in the final series, Barracks winning 2-0 with some solid 6-fact play. And that is it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back next week with our next group, which is going to be Group D. And I hope to see you there.